Welcome to Clever Title Pending with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
And it's another floating, burning dumpster fire for a Wednesday morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian K. Morris. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for July 1st. Holy cats, 2020. We are starting the 7th, 10th, or 12th, rather, of this year. And so far, so good, right? Anyway, hope everyone's having a great Wednesday morning, and let's say hello to all the cool people showing up, like Carl Witzman. Carl, thank you for being there last night. Thank you for those things, and that'll leave everyone guessing. Dave Noe, good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great morning. Teresa Dunn, as always, good to see you. Kathy Jackson, hope your day's going well so far. Beth Sturgis, always a pleasure to have you here. Hola, let's see, let me get and everyone's saying hello. There's Carl saying, hey, Carly from YouTube. There's Carlene, saying hello. And we're sitting outside in the car waiting for the doors to open. The door to your car? What? Don't know how to do those yet? I'm curious. Anyway, not unusual for us. Okay. And wonder what kind of shape everyone will be in this morning. I'm a little groggy from last night. We had way too much fun last night, and I was the only one not drinking. And good morning, everyone. This is Carl Witzman, and Carly is mocking us with their laughter. And Dave Noe, always a pleasure, sir. Dave, promote yourself on here. This is what this place is for, right? And hello, good morning, Brian and fellow authors. Teresa, good morning to you. And the Flaming Dumpster is out early today. Yeah, and I'm out to lunch already, obviously. Good morning, Eric Hawkins. Glad to see you. And T.L. Shively, snuck on real quick while the boss is out to say hi. Well, darling, I'm glad you're here. And if you want to see the terrific T.L. Shively, along with Amy Hale and Michaela Jade, check out last night's Clever Title Pending, which I hadn't changed everything over to this morning. Anyway, so glad you were there, and it was a great show. We had a lot of fun, and we're still having fun. It was that good. And Carl Witzman said, I'm not sure if it's a good morning or not, Eric Hawkins. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little groggy from last night, and I actually went to bed a little bit earlier than I normally do. We did stay and talk. See, that's the one thing that the civilians don't know about StreamYard is that once we end the broadcast, we don't go away. And in fact, we stay after the broadcast to talk. And Michaela, oddly enough, was the one who showed the most sense and left early. But Lynn and Amy and I stuck around for quite some time gabbing, and it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff done. We cured the world's ills, and it was a riot last night's show, wasn't it? Though, Teresa, that was the most fun I have had in ages. Clever Title Pending has the potential to be very, very dry. Giving out, especially when we do theme shows like last night, which was the do's and don'ts of book contracts. And it could get really, really dry, except I knew I got 3 people on that would make the show fun. I did not count myself among them. And it turned out to be a lot more fun than I even hoped. We had a riot. We were just cutting up, and that was just me reading all the relevant stuff, all the folderol that you guys were coming up last night. So anyway, for anyone who's watching us, and hello to everyone who's watching us on the rerun, by the way, please check out the video and go to YouTube to do it. And if you want to check out where to go, in lieu of somebody telling you where to go, check out this this address here. It's youtube.com/user/camouflage61821, or do a search for Brian K. Morris, and you will not be disappointed. We have recent episodes of Clever Title Pending and Nevermind the Furthermore on there, and this show will go up in it probably by tomorrow. And we have a convenient playlist for you so that you can check out our shows and sift through them for the merriment that will no doubt ensue. Anyway, let's get back to your comments here, and let's see. Carl Witzman, riot is one way to describe how it turned out. Yes, we learned a lot of things last night, didn't we? Perhaps more than we intended to. And Michaela Chitzy, yeah, my polar bear was tired, so I had to go. Oh dear, oh dear. And there's the bottle hurler herself, Michaela. Mwah, good morning to you, darling. Hope I had a great time with you last night, which, could be taken a lot of ways, but I enjoyed your company. Well, wait a second. That's not much better. It sounded better in my head. Anyway, Michaela was wonderful last night. So was T.L. Shively. So was Amy Hale. So please watch that video. A lot of people are digging that video. The views on that are really quite exceptional. So, we're doing really good. I got to figure out a way to monetize this stuff. Anyway, but no, please go to YouTube. You can also see it on the Rising Tide Publications page, as well as obviously my personal page. But we have a convenient playlist for you on YouTube, and the sound and picture quality is considerably better there. So please check it out. And yeah, licking books is the bomb. Yes. And Teresa, when you get Poetry Expressions 2 out, you know what's expected of you now. Yes, we have started something on Clever Title Pending a few weeks ago where some idiot, wearing a fez, no doubt, got on the air and started showing how much he loved the books. Anyway, it took an evil turn last night, and we had 3 demonstrations of how insidious peer pressure can be. And Carl Witzman calls out for help from Michaela. Carlene says, I wonder if Amy and Michaela have been on Uncle Carl's secret humor group. I believe they are members. So, and speaking of showing up, Amy Hale just showed up. Mwah! Amy, how are you this morning, darling? Hope you are doing well. And to show you, Amy, and to show Michaela how much I do love you, I'm not going to put your gifts up on my page for anyone, particularly me, to use. So that's how much I care, unless you want me to, in which case it may show up more often than the blazing dumpster fire. Anyway, Dave Noe has the link to Amazon there, and it's supervillains, magical aspects, and talking swords. The monster hunting tricks must rebuild after a terrible defeat while facing these threats, as well as being tossed through time and lost in another dimension. Let's hope they have a trick or two up their sleeve. That is a great stuff from Dave Noe. Please check it out. He's a fantastic writer. He's a good guy too. And Quiet Carly, yeah, good luck in that enforced. And good morning, Amy Hill. How you doing? And thank you, much appreciated. Well, big time to you, darling. You and Michaela and Lynn were terrific last night. Boy, that does make me sound energetic, doesn't it? And it's all out of love. There we go. See? It's not just love, the subject last night was the do's and don'ts of book publishing contracts. And I think we covered a lot of ground and got a lot of time for Covfefe. And as a result, I'm drinking Covfefe. So much that Juan Valdez is sending me hate mail. I'm a little loggy this morning, I admit. I usually am after the Tuesday show. After Clever Title Pending, because it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a certain, we have an ability to direct, which is why you see the comments right here, and such as that. And the thing is, you've got to pay attention to a lot of stuff. This has a lot of moving parts. And Michael Sloan, good to see you, sir. Hope your morning's going well, my friend. Glad to see you as always. And Rochelle Lesser, mwah, always a delight. And Joe Bachman, Good to see you, sir. Hope you are doing well. And promote yourself, Joe. You had a vlog or something yesterday just drop, and I want people to know about it. All right. Anyway, Amy, you are much appreciated. Thank you again for being on last night. You were terrific. And but no, Clever Tile Pending. There's a lot of moving parts, and in a lot of ways, it's a little more difficult to do than this show. Mostly because I have to ride herd on one or more guests, and then I have to direct. And in this, right here, we have your comments, whether you're on one of the Facebook pages or YouTube, and I have to go down and like in Clever Tile Pending, I don't put everything on the screen. I kind of pick and choose, particularly if it's relevant to what we want to talk about. Whereas here, it's just like pretty much down the list, and good, it's not just me, Amy. Yeah, we kept late hours last night. I am going to put up a poll one of these times. I can't figure out how to do it on my page on Facebook. I need to find the way to do it without getting another app. I am sick and tired of getting a new app every time I want to do something on Facebook. But the thing is, I do want to run a poll, and I've got some ideas about things to change on this and Clever Tile Pending to make it a little more agreeable to people. Aside from replace the host, that's kind of an ongoing thing. But we might change the hours because, we changed the hours last year because it was fiddling with my ability to pick Cookie up post eye surgery. And we just kind of stayed there, and I'm just wondering if maybe we would do a little, get a bigger viewership, or it'd be more convenient for our regulars if I changed the date on that. Clever Tile Pending will continue to be a nighttime show as far as I'm concerned, but we'll just see what happens. It takes a lot of energy, though. And here we go. And Joe Bachman says, good morning, and not from the side of I-94 for once. Well, goodness, what road do they have you on the side of today, I wonder? That's interesting. Russell Allen, see you snuck in there, sir. Glad you're here. Hope you got to watch the rest of the show last night. Hope you enjoyed it, or will enjoy it when you do see it, or will tolerate it, whatever. But anyway, no, last night was fun. And this coming Tuesday, the July 7th, we're going to be talking about starting your own brand new comic book company and what that entails. And we're going to have the one and only Meredith Logren, the comics noob herself, who is looking to put out her own comic in the next year, as well as Rob Anderson, who is a prolific publisher and writer of independent comic books, also big-time broadcaster, and he's all over the place. So please check us out Tuesday. I think you will enjoy what you hear. And even if you're not into comics, we're going to probably cover some stuff that also applies to books. I try to make these things that, even though they have like a specific title, that you can still pull useful information for your own business. And let's see, Eric. Joe. We're getting to Eric Hawkins next. I'm almost afraid to. Joe Bachman said on vacation this week, so I'm watching from my basement while filling out my mileage report that I forgot to send in before starting vacation. I hate that. When I used to have a real job, I was always doing that. I always had things that, I thought I got it done before I left, but I didn't. So I got to delay the vacation just long enough to get this done with. I'm glad for the 7-second delay there. And I'm glad I have the job I've got now. I wish everyone had it. And Eric Hawkins said, if it ain't worth licking, it ain't worth reading. That's right, by God. And Eric, I fully expect you to get that old tongue lathered up and ready to do some business on that Zombie for World of Oz #2 as soon as it comes back from the printers. I gotta give my boy here a shout out, because crowdfunding is rife with people, and I'm not going to name any names. You're welcome to, but I'm not. That basically collect money from their Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe pledges, and then take their own sweet time about doing the thank you gifts. And that's not a sexy look, believe me. I've got somebody who, I think this person closed their Kickstarter, got their Kickstarter money 8 or 9 months ago, and I'm only now starting to see the stuff coming that I've asked for. So that's kind of bad. Now, Rob Anderson, on the other hand, he's excellent at getting stuff out, but Eric Hawkins, he's got everything waiting. And I know from working with him on my own Kickstarter for those Ghostly Tales of Spencer Spook, he was ready. He had everything going, and if it weren't for him, I probably would not have gotten my stuff done as quickly as I did. So kudos to Eric for being ready for this very, very cool Kickstarter he successfully did for the Zombieful World of Oz. Russell Allen, good morning, Nevermorians. So what was the final count on Amy Hale's bathroom breaks? Actually, almost one. Amy, having learned her lesson and having become a punchline as a result of it, I guess, Amy was on her best behavior last night, more or less, and she did not run to the bathroom once during not only the course of our show, but during our after show, the after show that you all don't get to see. So the thing is, if I invite you to come on the show, you come for the exposure and the opportunity to talk to your public, and then you stay for the after show where things get a little raunchy. Like last night, Lynn and Michaela found out how bad I swore. Sorry. Oops. Anyway. So that's when the standards get lowered even more. And here we go. Carl Wisman said we learned way too much about everyone's potty habits, etc. Yeah, the show definitely went to yesterday, and but it was funny. That's everybody likes toilet humor. And Jackie Lawson, mwah, how you doing, sweetheart? Hi, friends. I need help making a decision for Camp Nano. I need to decide whether I'm going to try to push ahead with a work in progress I started a few months ago and sort of pause, or if I'm going to do this thing where I write the first chapter of all my waiting book ideas and see which one grabs me. Thoughts? Jackie, that's a very, very good question. Very interesting. Well, Camp Nano, that's the summer one, isn't it? To be honest with you, I'd say start your first chapters, to be honest, and see what fires you up, and then go into NaNoWriMo in November and finish that one up. Or take one of your other, maybe finish one over the summer and then start NaNoWriMo in November and do one of the others because you've already got the first chapter written. So anyway, please give Jackie some advice here because she's awesome and we want to help. So anyway, yes, should she start a new, basically create a new idea and do the first chapter of that book, or should she finish up one she's already started? But either way, you notice that mine are two things get done. So anyway, productivity is where it's at. Nothing succeeds like excess, and you need more products. But what else did we talk about last night? Let's see. Amy Hale is going to be at Cape Comic Con the first weekend of April, I believe it is. Let me check my schedule here. Yeah, I think so. Let's see here. It's funny because my July is a mess because I was almost fully booked for July and then I had to cross off shows. Anyway, go to cape-con.com on the interwebs and you will see when the show is. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be a lot of fun. And they are going to practice a limited amount of social distancing because there's only so much you can do, but they will have hand sanitizers. They are asking for masks and they are asking for people to sign a waiver. So, but go to cape-con.com for more details. It's a really good show. I won't be able to make it, but I hope you will. Russell Allen, if you pause, there's a reason. In my opinion, write some chapters and get a feel for one that grabs you and run with it. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for voicing your opinion, Russell. I appreciate that. And Eric Hawkins, thanks for the kind words. $89 from the Indiegogo Go. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, folks, Nevermorians, we are close. Eric is in, I think, the final day or two of his Indiegogo. See, what he did was he did the initial amount that he wanted to raise on Kickstarter. Now that will count towards his stretch goals. So if he gets $89 more, Eric will have met all of his 5 stretch goals, and they are fantastic goals. And I forgot again to get the bookmark that Eric gave me. It's a metal bookmark, and it is awesome. It's freaking awesome. So definitely, please support Eric Hawkins, because he is a fantastic creator and a good guy. You want to support the good guys. Author Michaela J says, I forgot my earbuds at home, so I have to slide my phone into my back pocket. So really, you are speaking to my butt cheek. What mischief could I get into now? Oh, Michaela. Anyway, and everyone is now going, Michaela, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Well, I know what Michaela's waiting for. Mwah! Won't be the first time somebody's had to guess her. Anyway, Eric Hawkins, I've changed the final stretch goal. If I reach it, it will be a print of the colorized Luke Stone Tin Man drawing. I already ordered them, and they will be here Friday because I am sure I will get there. Well, beautiful. And if you know Luke Stone's work, friends, if you are a fan of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, or Cat Dad and Supermom, you will definitely want that print. That is beyond amazing. That is, yeah, I love Luke Stone's work. I really do. And I'm really privileged that Luke Stone is going to be working with me on my new comic book creation, Sunset Trace, for Terraform Comics. And if you want more information on Terraform Comics, go to TERRAFORM comics.com. And check out what we're all offering. Cat Dan and Supermom will be making their way there, as well as Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. Dinosaur Man will be also by Eric Hodgkins will be making its way there. And I will have a completely new creation, Sunset Trace. If you like pulp-oriented adventure stories with strong female character in the lead, then I am the guy for you. And oh, Michaela, says Carl Witzman. I can just hear it in like a George Takei voice. Oh, my. And Michaela, you just had to tell him. And it wasn't just me she set off. It's good to see that. Dave Noe says, Jackie, I'd say go ahead and finish what you are working on. The point of Nano is to write a book, so that's what you should do. That's why I kind of, Dave Noe, it's a good point. I was kind of wrestling with that. But I thought Camp Brimo was, the purpose of it was to do short stories, although I could be wrong. I could be remembering that wrong, which is not unlikely, especially this morning. Carl Witzman says, I'm going to need to smoke after this show. Why, are you on fire? Is it something, did you do something combustible? Good heavens, I'm sorry, Carl. Yeah, but Carl and I have bonded over being dirty old men, so this has been a good thing for us. And so let's see. Okay, see if anybody snuck in that I need to say hello to. Eric Hawkins says, everyone might get the print whether I get to the extra goal or not. I like to give. You do. In all seriousness, Eric has great Kickstarter campaigns because his whole thing is under promise and over deliver. People appreciate that. I know when I ran mine, and again, I couldn't have done it without Eric. He was so helpful, so good about things. All the crazy things I kept asking him and asking of him. But like at the end, I could have just, drop the comics into the mailer and send them out. But instead, I bagged them, boarded them at my expense. And then I, put out the word, hey, before I mail these, would anyone like a signed copy? And people would, say, yeah, me. And so I signed them. Everyone that wanted one. Now, some people don't always want autographs, and I get that. So anyway, but anyway, might get that print where I get the extra. I like to get. Very cool. And Carlene is smoking right now. What stogie are you going for? And if you want to climb aboard the Eric Hawkins bandwagon, I really think you should, because he is crazy talented. There is his Indiegogo for the Zombiful World of Oz, #2, but you can also get #1 at that address also. And I'd like to see him reach that $89 goal before the end of the show, or at least before 1 hour from now. All right, because you never know, things may peter out. We all were tired last night from laughing, I think, from Clever Title Pending. So I understand everyone being tired, and then I got up at 5. I didn't get to bed till about midnight, actually, and then I got up at 5 with Cookie. So a nap sounds really good. The minute I get off this show, he said get off. Anyway. And we are joined by Jessica Johnson. Mwah! Jessica, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. You're going to get, I'm putting in a word for you and Heroes for Kids Con in my monthly newsletter, which, by the way, you'll see in the crawl, you'll see an address where you can sign up for it. Also, you can sign up at risingtide.pub. Just scroll down and you'll see the sign on. And the new issue should go out today at 5 p.m. We're getting a lot of people telling me they're interested in getting the newsletter, so we actually might go into an extra day to give everyone a chance to get in on this. But it's dealing with the pandemic. I didn't solicit anyone to do my guest editorial this month, our spotlight part, but I found someone I do want to spotlight, and it's somebody who's very special to me. So please, if you're curious, sign up for the newsletter. It is totally free. There is no cost, no obligation. And we get it out the first of every month now, and people like it. We also put in occasional discounts on books. We also put in a whole lot of news. We talk about we're talking about Heroes for Kids, where we're going to be on July 18th, and just a whole lot of cool stuff going on in our world, and we wanted to share it with everyone on our newsletter. Carl Wisman's smoking in her pocket. Oh, this sounds bad. And I had to mute you. I got a work call, says Michael Sloan. Well, that's all right. The proper protocol, though, Michael, was to put them on hold and say, Brian is still on the air, so screw off or hold. All right, then that is the exact phrasing. It does cover all the legal obligations you have as a business owner. Anyway, I'm no help. This is why I can't get a job. I am far from the model employee. And Eric Hawkins says, Carl Wisman, once you're on a break, I might have another cover need. Ooh, oh yes, there we go. Yeah, and I've got to get some stuff done for Eric too. He and I are working on another comic book together. And but like I said, check out the Zombiful World of Oz #2. And Eric, if you can, put in that Indiegogo address again, say every 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll talk about it. But I'd really love my Nevermorians. If you like comics, if you really like clever comics, this is brilliant. This is a sequel to the L. Frank Baum books. And in this, Dorothy has been cured of her delusions about emerald cities and yellow brick roads. And everything seems to be going fine until the zombies appear. And they are repelled by a Tin Man, a lion, and a scarecrow. So the first issue was amazingly good. And the second issue, I will go on record. I'm not on sale. I cannot be bought, but I can't be rented for at least an hour. The thing is, the second issue is like The Empire Strikes Back. It is better than the first. It really is. And Sarah, darling, mwah. Hi there, Dan Burris says hello too. Well, good. Dan, hello. Good morning. He's visiting from southern Mississippi. Hi, Dan. How are you doing? And Sarah, how are you this morning? So good to see you. Sarah's been getting some published workout through drivethrurpg.com and Dave Woodrum. And thank you to Dave for hiring this incredible talent. And Sarah, I'm really proud of you. And we are networking out the wazoo here. Yes, we are, Carl. We are networking fools. We are. We do this thing. And here we go. Russell Allen says, Eric Hawkins, do you use a local printer for print? We live fairly close, so I'm wondering for personal needs. I will let him answer, but I do know the answer. But anyway, for prints, yeah. Oh, for prints, okay. A local printer for prints. Okay, that's what Russell Allen wants to know. Okay, yeah, okay, that one I can't help you with. Doing it for Prince? No, Prince is dead. I mean, didn't anyone let you know? Oh, good God. Sheila E. called me the minute it happened. Anyway, there's what we got going there. And we're all caught up with your comments again. Oh, and Nick Tucker joined us. Nick, how you doing this morning, buddy? I am so glad to see you. So glad to see you last night. And you had a great question last night. I really appreciated your being here. And Alex Pendlin, darling, how are you this morning? Hope all is well for you. Good to see you as always. And just to let you know, a little programming note. Tonight at 6 p.m. on Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Sean D. Hilton will be having another broadcast where he's doing it from his comic shop, Comics Cubed, which is a great little shop. I was there yesterday, in fact. And he's selling back issues, current releases, as well as toys, Funko Pops, and all kinds of folderol. He actually was selling dinosaur toys the last couple weeks. He's been selling original art. He's basically just clearing the heck out of that place, and I'm proud to see him do it. So please check out the show tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Also, Friday morning, we will have our regular Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central Time, but we're going to cut it off at about 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Eastern, or not 10:30, but 11:30, because at noon is going to start. We're going to kick off. I'm part of a thing called Indevent. INDEEEVENT. Try spelling that 3 times fast. But anyway, we'll be promoting that on my page and on Rising Tide. And what's going to be is a virtual Comic-Con. Now, this one is not pay to play. We have opened up the doors to various people to demonstrate their creativity. And so we're not just talking about comic book people, but we're also talking authors. We're talking musicians. We're talking all manner of creativity. It's going to be a 3-day love fest. It's going to be like Woodstock without the drugs and the flaming vendors. Okay, I will be on. I'll be kicking it off at noon on Friday with a very special episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. So I hope you'll all join me for that. And then Saturday afternoon, I will be joined by Mr. Eric Hawkins on a special edition of Clever Title Pending. And we're going to talk about his work. We're going to talk about his Kickstarters. We're going to talk about just about anything. But most of all, we're going to talk about what you want us to, because you're welcome. Your questions, as always, are welcome. All right. And we have some more comments here. And let's see. Michaela Jade says, do you like strong warriors willing to risk it all for the women they love and women who are warriors in their own right? Huh? Well, then you'll love Warrior's Secret, which is out right now, and Warrior's Trust, the sequel, is coming soon from the awesome Michaela Jade. Michaela, if you could put a link into that, I will love you forever. Actually, I'll love you forever, but I'll love you more if that is even possible. And Sarah, things are going well. Good. I'm more proud of your work too, Brian. Well, thank you, honey. I do appreciate that, darling. I do. I am proud of you. We have Sarah and I have kind of a mutual admiration society here, but I love it. Okay. Anyway, and please let Dan know. And if he wants to pop on here, he's more than welcome to. And he could probably log onto your account and say all kinds of terrible things, But anyway, that's what I'd do. That's why nobody lets me have their account. But anyway, Sarah. All right. Hope you have a great day, hon. And Russell Allen says, Eric Hawkins, I shop around for best prices. Most recently, I used Mix'em. Okay, cool. All right. And Carl Witzman, I hope that helped. Carl Witzman says, I think that NaNoWriMo was supposed to give you a head start on a novel, but I used it just to do a novella. It worked well. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to reading that book, too, when I finally get to see you, Carl. Soon, my man, soon. But anyway, yeah. It's like, I agree, but it might not be official. I'm trying to think of there's at least 1 month that is used for short stories. I think 10,000 words or less, but and maybe that's why I'm confusing the summer camp thing with. But anyway, yeah, NaNoWriMo is a great thing. I wrote a book last night. I got the first draft of Aquatic done last year, and once I get through 2 comic scripts and a little bit of broadcasting, I'm actually going to cut back on my extracurricular broadcasting as much as I enjoy it to actually get some work done. I've let it go far too long. So anyway, and here we go. It's like those John Marcia moments. Hey Sarah, and hey there Carl. Oh yeah, I know that's how they're saying it to each Sure. And Carly, no drugs, or there'll at least be alcohol and cigars. Yes, there must be alcohol and cigars. Okay. And the only drugs I'm allowing is ibuprofen, uh, especially for those late nights. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And then the funny thing about last night's clever title pending, another reason to watch is that my guests were all drinking. Okay. I was absolutely innocent and pure. And, my strength is as the strength of 10, because my heart is pure. That's why I feel the fatigue of 10 men today. I should have been drinking with those girls. And there's that link right there, A Warrior's Secret by the lovely Michaela J. Thank you, sweetheart. I so appreciate you doing this. And I appreciate everyone picking up a copy of that book on their way to the Indiegogo, because you're going to have something to read while you're waiting for your computer to go to that site in the 1/1000th of a second it will take. And so definitely you need to pick up Warrior's Secret by Michaela Jade, and then pledge towards Eric Hawkins' Indiegogo, which, by the way, that is the address. And are we still at $89 from the goal? By the way, folks, even $1 gets him that much closer to the goal. And I believe it gets you something. I get you, something electronic, I think. But anyway, please support this. I'd love to see Eric make that final goal. $89 is all he needs. And Nick Tockert says, I'm glad to be here. My tendency to write and work late into the night has been zapping anything like mornings. Yeah, but I believe the full Hybrids RPG will be worth the grueling effort. I know it will be. For those of you who don't know, Nick Tockert is a game designer, game creator, and a wonderful human being. One of my favorite people. And he and his wife Amanda. But anyway, he is doing a fully licensed role-playing game, tabletop role-playing game, based on Luke Stone's Hybrids, the Sons of God's comic book. And I helped playtest one of the early editions, and all I can say is, oh yeah, it's good. It is, and it's a great intuitive system that Nick is working with. And I'm just really looking forward to the final results on this. This is going to be fantastic. But anyway, I understand about your mornings, my friend. I do understand. They seem to come too early these days. Michaela Jade also adds, don't forget to come play with the cool kids at Authors Learning to Market Themselves. We don't talk about that enough. We really don't. Authors Learning to Market Themselves is a 7-day-a-week new content extravaganza. Plus, if you have questions or if you want to pay it forward and help some people, that's the place to go. I go there and spout off every now and then. So anyway, it's a good thing. And Dave Noe says, I haven't heard the John and Marsha bit for years. Yeah, Nichols and May. Remember them? Well, Dave does. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, Elaine May, who wrote many, many great screenplays, and Mike Nichols, the stage and screen director. They started as stand-up comedy, believe it or not. Well, so did Woody Allen. I used to have a bunch of Woody Allen's stand-up comedy records. He was actually quite funny. Back in the days when I think all of his audiences were over 18. But anyway, Dave, I love that routine. My taste in humor, classic humor, tends to run more towards the simple stuff. Nothing really complicated. And to this date, it's not been replaced. John and Marsh is in my top 10. I will say that. My number one favorite routine of all times is Who's on First. That just never fails to crack me up. And I've listened to that for over half a century, and I still love it more now than I did back then. My second favorite is Day Not Here by Cheech and Chong. That just, it's kind of a variation of the classic who is it? It's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink gag. But it's more drug oriented. It's hilarious, and the performance is amazing. And then my third one is The Argument Clinic by Monty Python. It would probably be number one if the ending was stronger. But anyway, it was really cool. Sarah, I'm glad you appreciate that, Dave. And I'm glad to see you, man. I've been missing you. Last night's clever title pending was spectacular. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Learned a lot and then had fun when the alcohol started getting everyone laughing. Yeah, and I was totally sober. I really was. That was just plain tap water in my glass. But yeah, the fun was infectious, and about a little over an hour into the show went completely off the rails. And then we got it back going again, and we still had fun. But Sarah, I'm so glad you were there. It always makes me happy when you show up. It really does. And I love when you participate, really. And I thank everyone who showed up last night and gave us those incredible questions. And really, that's one of the things I'm loving about the new clever title pending, and that it's turned into quite an educational thing. I think we've learned quite a bit, and regardless of your discipline, I think there's a takeaway for everyone. Nick Tucker says, "Oh yes, I heard about a title that has me asking a question. Just who is Scarlet Trace?" That's a very good question, Mr. Tucker, and I'm sincerely glad you asked that. And it turns out there are a number of people who know who Scarlet Trace is, but shouldn't. And the one person who knows the least a bit about Scarlet Trace is Scarlet Trace. So anyway, Luke is going to be the artist, the penciler on the story, and I'm crediting him with co-creator because he deserves it. And I'm having fun writing the script. The script is coming together. Hoping to get it done in the next couple of days after I finish the newsletter. That's more important right now. But having fun with Scarlet Trace, it is everything I've ever wanted to write in a pulp story. A great time, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And everyone licked their spines last night. Ha! Says Sarah. And now, Sarah, see, when you get your book out, you will be obligated to lick the spine of that thing. I had to have all my authors out there and your comic creators and anyone creative to do the thing, to show how much you love your book. Oh yeah. Still got that new book taste. Anyway, but yeah, we've run that joke completely into the ground. It just gets funnier and funnier. But yes, Sarah, you will be obligated to lick the spine of your book or the spine of your favorite author. Please, God, let it be me. Anyway, so it's going to be fun. And this is the reason why I can't put this show on LinkedIn. Anyway, Christian Basil just got here. Did Brian show his monster? Oh, you just missed it. I did, and it blotted out the very sun itself. And Dave Noe says, love Who's on First. Also, 2,000-Year-Old Man. Yes. Argument Clinic is classic. Yes, I tend to like a lot of things with wordplay in them. That the value of the words in the thing and not just setting up jokes and, that sort of narrative, but something with, simplicity, but you can just keep going with it. I mean, I love it. Yeah, Argument Clinic is great. And I think I particularly like the one for Live from the Hollywood Bowl. It had a couple things in there that I really appreciated. But yeah, I love Who's on First. Classic humor. And 2,000-Year-Old Man. Yes, and we just lost Carl Reiner, darn it. He one of my favorite writers for TV and film, and great director and a fun actor too. I mean, who hasn't watched the Dick Van Dyke Show? What classic humor. And the funny thing is, and it's been pointed out in several of the tweets I've been seeing about Reiner, in that this show was in the 60s, the early to mid 60s, and it's still funny. I mean, it is still, laugh out loud funny. How big an accomplishment is that? And yeah, all the stuff is dated. All the stuff looks, post World War II, atomic age, suburban chic, and it's still relevant today. It's amazing. It really is. And Robert Beatty has joined us. Robert, glad to have you here as always. Hope your morning's going well. And that night will live in infamy. Last night, yes. Yeah, and the thing is, a lot, I do look at the numbers. I admit I'm kind of a jerk that way. But the numbers on the Clever Title Pending have been very strong, and I really want to thank everyone for your support of that. We had a good draw last night, and we got a lot of people that don't normally show up. So that was, it's just, and plus I got to talk to 3 wonderful people and all the wonderful people in my audience. How can that be wrong? More people ought to do it. And agreed, Carl. Yes. Last night had a lot for everyone. The show just went. There were several times when you could just hear the screaming power dive into hell, and that was us. And Christian Basil says, I learned out dragons last night. That's true. Well, thank you, Lumotion, for asking a very relevant question about gear shifting a dragon. So I was glad we really finally settled that last night. And of course, who is John Galt? No, who is on first? Okay, and sorry, inside joke. Okay, cool. All right, and another classic comedian I love is Tim Conway. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, what a great comedic talent. There's a lot of good stuff in the classics. There really is. And Michael W. Thompson's joined us. Michael, glad to have you here. Good morning and welcome to Clever, or not Clever Time. I'm still on last night. Nevermind the Furthermore. We hope you have a great morning. And everyone, please don't forget, when you're here, you get to promote yourself. So please put in the comments a business that you own, somebody you think doesn't get enough credit on their own, or somebody you're very proud of that's a creator, or a creative endeavor you're involved with, such as my Rising Tide page, or Terraform Comics, or a charity that you're fond of. We're big on charities here. Please put that in the comments, hit that enter key, and then let's share the video out, not for me, but so your stuff gets seen. And Amy Hale's got to run. Have a great day, all. Amy, darling, thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. And again, check out Clever Title Pending last night. Amy delivered a ton of fantastic information, but she's had a little bit more experience than some of us in this area of being published by other people. So it was a really great night. Thank you, Amy. You and John and everybody, and Rachel and Matthew, have a great day. Anyway, so seriously, it was a fun show, but the thing is, you're going to learn a ton. You are going to learn a ton about contracts and how to protect yourself, which was the main goal of the show last night. Dave Noe says, I think Neopulp is gaining in popularity. I'm loving writing it and looking forward to your Scarlet Trace. Thank you, Dave Noe. I do appreciate that, man. And it's mutual. I love your work too, man. I really do. And also don't forget Charlton, or not Charlton, excuse me, the Indelible line of books, like New Popular Comics and Indeliprose, which has a story by me in there, along with Jim Beard and Terry Alexander and Lou Motion, and a whole bunch of really, really terrific writers, and some great art by people like Andy Shaky Cordy. So please check it out. And also, Dave has some stories in there too. He's a great writer. I haven't talked to you in ages, Dave. I guess I'm just missing you, man. Hope all is going well. Christian Basil says, showing my age, the Apple Dumpling Gang series. Yeah. And, the thing is, Tim Conway was a regular on the Carol Burnett show, the variety show, for a couple of years. I'm a huge fan of that show. And he is responsible for one of the funniest sequences on there, where he cracks everyone up on the cast, and everyone's trying not to show it. Brilliant comedian. So very true. And Rick Bradley says, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Glad you were here this morning. Glad you were here last night. Good to see you, sir. And Christian Basil says, go to the Facebook page, The Traveling TARDIS, our live interactive chat with Sophie Aldred. That's right, Ace. This Friday, the 3rd, at 10 a.m. Eastern, talking about her book At Children's End and the Further Adventures of Ace in Big Finish. Subscribe and hashtag become part of the legend. Definitely. And if you're going to skip my show on Friday, by gosh, Christian is the person to skip it for. All right. I don't make that statement lightly. Is because I do like the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS show. But anyway, check it out. And besides, if you watch his show, you can watch mine on the rerun, and also especially if you go to YouTube, it'll be better quality there. Plus, I will be doing the special edition at noon Eastern, 11. They'll kick off the indie event that'll be running all 3 days this weekend. So check it out. A lot of great broadcasting coming out of the indie event. And more coffee. Anyway, Sarah. There's her link on Drive Through RPG, and part 2 of The Killer Ghost is out, as well as part 3. Part 4 will be out soon. Oh man, Sarah, you are on fire. Good for you. I love seeing you take to this. You know what? Just 3 months ago, Sarah and I were just talking about her getting some writing done, and now she is just just burning out these lists. Which, frankly, I think if you're a writer, especially if you're a pantser, I'm going to talk to the pantsers out there, and you know who you are. Check out the things that Sarah is writing, along with Dave Woodrum and other people, at Drive Through RPG. Fish Wrap Productions, because a lot of it is random generation stuff where if you come to a part in your book or your story where you're not sure where to go, grab one of these lists, roll a set of die, and let fate choose the direction of your story. And there we go. Tim Conway Elephant Story gets me every time. Yes, yes. That's the one, Dave. That's the one. It is hilarious. It is a wonderful, wonderful piece of work there. And Tim Conway is, just on his, 100% on his game there. How cool. Christian Basil, sorry, Brian, I have to work with talent schedule, and my bad. Her book is at childhood's end. Okay, glad to get that straightened out. But no, I understand, Christian. And that's okay. Just don't let it happen again. All right. So anyway, no. You can, if you want to watch Christian's show, Christian's my friend, and I will understand. Just come back and watch the rerun of mine. And author Michaela Jade's got to go. Thank you, Brian, for a great show last night. I had so much fun. Well, Michaela, in all seriousness, I had a great time too. Thank you for your part in it. You were fantastic. You gave a lot of great information, and you were entertaining as hell, as always. Michaela, mwah. Have a great morning. Don't forget that's check out her Warriors series on Amazon. She's got a lot going on, and she is a fantastic author and a dear friend. Anyway, thank you, Michaela. We'll talk to you later. All right. And raise his hand, Pantser. Carlene, it's okay. Well, the thing is, I used to be one, and that's why it took me literally decades to write a really good novel, because I'd write myself into a corner and I wouldn't really have an idea where to back out and restart it again. Kind of like when you're driving down the road, you get lost, so you kind of turn around, get back to where you were, try to retrace your steps, and then head in a different direction. Pantsing can be like that, but I kept writing myself into corners and not really wanting to. I was like, I've got this copy that I wrote. I hate to get rid of it, but now I'm past that. And the funny thing is, I became a plotter, and I was very much a plotter until I realized I was kind of abandoning my outlines after a while, because I become a better writer as I go. We all do. It's like picking up a musical instrument. It's like you play, and the more you play, the better you get. So if you practice for a half hour every day, in 30 minutes, you're a better player by default than when you were starting that very day. Which, by the way, I am still doing guitar. I can play the opening riff to not very well yet. I still need practice of "Smoke on the Water" on one string, fifth string, by the way. So anyway, yeah. But the thing is, I become more of a pantser again. So I am a plantser, is what they're called. There's a name for everything. I'm sure there's got to be a name for me, too. Nick Tucker says, pulp is one of those genres I think we desperately need, especially with the current events. A sense of fun and heroism. By the way, did you see the article Time magazine put out about superheroes and their portrayal being linked with excessive force by the police? Not supporting it, but is something we should be aware of. I saw the article, but I haven't. I saw it just this morning, and I haven't had an opportunity to read it yet. I will read it, though, before the day is over. But thank you for pointing that out. And seriously, I'll see. I mean, that's the thing. Like with any medium, comics can be used for any, anybody's socio-political agenda. Like you see these cops who have taken the emblem of the Punisher and are wearing it as part of their iconography. And the co-creator of the Punisher, Jerry Conway, has come out on Twitter numerous times saying, everyone, please stop that. As the co-creator, I insist you stop it. That is, as policemen, the Punisher is somebody you're going after. You don't need to make him your hero. In fact, society would be better if you didn't. So I get where Jerry's coming from there. But you look at Superman. When he started out, he was total FDR New Deal guy, social justice warrior, we would call him today. Whereas, in about 5 years, he became pretty much very, very conservative. probably mirroring his editorial team. But yeah, I will check out that article, Nick, and I thank you for mentioning it. And Brian Hawkins says, "Greetings, programs. Good afternoon. Well, not good afternoon yet, but good morning, sir." That was a glitch in the matrix there. Anyway, hope you are having a great day, Brian. It's good to see you, my friend. Rick Bradley says, "Last night I didn't get to watch much at all. I blame the neighbors coming over and expecting me to talk to people. Watch the rerun though. Rick, get ready to laugh. Seriously, we all had a blast last night. We really did. All we needed was you." Anyway, Christian Basil on my Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are truly not fulfilled unless I watch Nevermind the Furthermore. No greater testament have I received. On an unrelated note, I heard when you lick Sarah's spine, an angel loses its wings. Yeah, but Red Bull gives you wings, so it's okay. And what I get from licking Sarah's spine, no angel can match. Anyway, and whoops, says Basil, Christian Basil. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is the show where whoops is pretty much the main language of this show, and if it isn't that, it's this.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready! Now comes the part where we throw our heads back.
Well, it doesn't want to play that other video at the moment. Well, let's see what happens here.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
You learn something new every day. I sure do. It's a shame I didn't know it before. Anyway, let's see. And John B. Pike has just joined us. John, good to see you, sir. Hope you and the other impossibilists are doing well, my friend. And good morning, Multiverse. Good morning to you, Citizen Pika. Hope everything's going well for you on this fine Wednesday morning. And be right back. Got to do that work thing. What the hell? What is this work thing? We don't use that W word here. Anyway, Christian, look forward to seeing you whenever you get back here, okay? And we are now caught up with all your comments. It's apparently everybody's as sleepy as I am this morning, you poor people. So anyway, this gives me an opportunity to take just a little pause for the cause here. Hope you like it. And if you don't own this already, you need to get it. Yeah, okay, thank you for a little pause there. Just need to get my mentals in order for a bit. But we have run out of your comments. So generate some more and we'll keep talking. But anyway, also I want to scroll back here and catch something here. We have one of our own, Eric Hawkins, is closing up his Indiegogo for, there we go. That's it. He's closing up. He's got a limited time left on his Indiegogo for the Zombieful World of Oz #2, and he's $89 away from his goal. And I'd like to see him get it within let's say the next half hour. I don't know where he stands right now, but please check it out. He's got a slew of fantastic rewards for pledging towards this great comic. And the thing is, if you love the Zombieful World of Oz #1, This has almost double the pages. There's also 2 stories in there, one of whom is written by me, a very short story concerning Dorothy Gale's time in the sanitarium, where she is cured of her delusions of emerald cities and yellow brick roads. And also there's some beautiful art. Eric is progressing every day as a storyteller and as a creator, and this is really great. His dialogue's even sharper this time around, and of course my story is flawless. Anyway, yes, humility becomes me. I'm proud of my humility. But anyway, please pledge towards that. And plus, he's got all kinds of things like metal bookmarks, metal cards, trading cards, pinback buttons, and all kinds of really terrific goodies. If you pledge now, and he's only $89 away from his ultimate goal, where he unlocks all the stretch goals. He's got 4 out of 5 done. And once we get that 5th one, who knows? Which is going to be a print of the Tin Woodsman as drawn by the great Luke Stone of Luke Stone Studios. But anyway, please pledge towards that. And we would be grateful if you did. Anyway, because it's going to be a very, very cool thing. The accursed internet strikes around here. So anyway, I was just about to bring on Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Good morning, everyone. I've been here, was just listening. Happy Hump Day. Well, happy Hump Day to you, my friend. Check out Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., who is an amazing author and a dear friend and a great broadcaster, interviewer. So check him out on his website there. He is awesome. And also check out Clever Title Pending from June 16th when he was on our show, along with Kathy Jackson and David Atkins. So please check it out. If you're curious about some of the people you see their names on here and you want to get to know them in person, this is a good way to do it. Check out our back supply of Clever Title Pending on, I recommend YouTube because we've created a playlist of recent episodes, and we'll be adding more from our archives as time goes on. Sarah says, our horns hold up our tinfoil halos. The wings can be glued back on the angels. Red Bull will help with that, just as Brian said. Super glue, too. It just depends on where. And I highly recommend The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove. Excellent book. Thank you, Sarah. I do appreciate that. You're the best. You are totally the best. And I can't wait to get a copy of Skyman. I'd get all of the books out there if I could afford it. Well, see, there you go. You just take your immense wealth from writing those lists for Fish Wrap Productions, and no problem. He'll be running the place. I'm telling you. And whoops, says Carl Wisman. Yeah, the internet's kicked me out, but I came back. They can't stop me. And there we go. And I see you. That's right. And Meredith, it's all good. It's all good. It was my interwebs. We're fine. Unless you want to come on the air. I see Meredith Logren. She's there. And also check out Meredith will be broadcasting this coming weekend also on the Indie Event. And we'll be promoting a page on my page and also on the Rising Tide page on Facebook. So Rick Bradley says, the sleepy town of Eden Falls holds many secrets. Marvin Carter was just passing through, but after some car trouble, he starts to unearth some of those secrets while he is pursued by the judge. As old as time being that protects the surrounding woods. Find out what happens to him in Marvin's Night Out, soon to be released in July by Rick Bradley. Yes, definitely check out Rick Bradley's book. Oh, it's not Meredith. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, hello there, not Meredith. I see who it is. See, I can see people who are waiting in the queue here. Would you like to come on? Yes or no? Let me know. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just let you lurk there. You know, you want to come? I'll let you come on. I'd love it if you did, actually. That'd be fun. And Kathy Jackson says, Eric Hawkins, I just backed your Indiegogo for $25 and tweeted the link. Good luck. Thank you, Kathy. You're awesome. Thank you. That puts us $64 now. The $64 question is, who is going to put Eric over the top on his goal for his Indiegogo? And did she brush her hair today? Well, it's not Meredith. I see Meredith's icon there, but it is not. There, I'm being invaded. Wait, let me put my earplug in so I can hear what obscenities he's saying. Your disguise is Meredith. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. I came in case you were having internet. I heard you. I saw it go out. I started loading it, and by the time it fully loaded, you were back on. I must be on a delay over on Facebook.
No, we have steam-driven internet here. This is Rob Anderson, the indie INDEE devil himself, the underground comics advocate who will tempt you with his devilish tales. Is that not right?
That is right. I just came in to make sure Brian was okay. I saw some internet stuff. I got worried. I came running just to make sure he's all right.
Oh, thank you, Rob. I'm as all right as I ever tend to be. That's about the best I can promise you.
Yeah. So how's the show going? I just got here. I had to do some cleaning this morning.
Oh, you housewife, you.
I know.
And you look good in a short apron too, I'm sure. You ought to do your shows like that. I ought to put you on and have you take your shirt off. I could use the extra ratings. Actually, it's been going pretty well. Rob, you want to tell everybody what you're up to? Seriously, man.
There we go.
That's you.
That's better.
Yeah.
Mary's going to go live next, and she's going to go blank, and it's going to be that. I'm doing good. I'm just promoting this guy who keeps forgetting to promote himself on his own show. It's just horrible. Horrible what you have to do for your friends to remind them to promote themselves.
I know, but I'm such a giver, and I look out for others like you. So like catdansupermon.com if you want to get one of the finest all ages comics around, or also you're going to be pretty busy this weekend too, I suspect, right?
Not this weekend, next weekend maybe. This weekend is July 4th.
Oh, that's right. It's next weekend. I don't know when the hell it is anymore.
It's all right, Brian. It's all right. I got you. I was just checking out this guy, Brian K. Morris, on Amazon. He's got some great stuff. And remember to leave a review.
Yes, please leave a review, especially if you like feel-good books like the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. And if I was better organized and I knew you were going to be here, Rob, I'd be holding up a copy of Cat Dan's Supermom, which is going to be soon printed by Terraform Comics.
You also have something coming for Terraform Comics I have not heard you tell your audience about yet that I think they'd love.
Oh my goodness, you missed it then. I was actually talking about Scarlet Trace, and I just finished page 8 of the script. And I have all the plot points down, so hopefully finish it in the next couple of days. I gotta get my newsletter out though. Newsletter.
I know you're trying to prove me wrong too. I know it's coming. I know you want to do something with your cover. I have it all. I'm excited. The one question I have is,
yes,
if you're going to start on the cover, what do you do with your credits page? Are you going to build it in like the other comics did in certain panels? Because I've seen that when other people start on their cover, they'll actually have their credit page put within their comic book, every so often mentioning who did what. And I thought that was really cool.
I did too, and I am toying with it. I think, well, actually, when I write a comic story anyway, one of the last things I put in are the credits. I may wait until the last page. I may do like you just suggested, but I was also toying with the idea of putting it right on the cover, because you notice a lot of comics now put the creators' names on the cover, including now the colorist, which I think is awesome because colorists help tell the story.
And a lot of the books are heading to get rid of credits pages. I'm not a huge fan of credit pages. Never really have been, to be honest with you. I get they're important. They're important. We need to have our credits. But I like what DC's been doing lately. I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it with the DC books, but a lot of people don't realize DC got rid of their credits page. They put their legal stuff on the very back page at the very bottom of their ad. And I think that's kind of cool because you open the page and, you see an ad, but at least you're starting the story. A few years ago, you'd open up a DC book, you'd have to go through the first 2 pages and see the ads and the credits page before you started the story. I like opening a book and seeing a story immediately.
Yeah, I do too. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing Scarlet Trace the way I am, which, in case you in the audience are wondering what Rob and I are talking about, we're not just starting the story on page 1, we're starting it on the cover. We're not going to wait to get you into the action. We're just going to slam bang you straight into it, and you're just going to have to hold on for dear life. So
I'll say this, Brian, shots fired, but I will respond by not only starting on the cover, but ending on the back cover. And it won't make the back cover. I'll make it so it doesn't make sense unless you read the book. That is what I'm going to do now. If you read the entire book, the back cover, because it won't have any dialogue, it'll just be a scene leading into the next issue. How do you like that? How do you like that?
Oh man, you have upped me once again, you indie sweetheart. Actually, the funny thing is, I could do that with my idea for the script I'm writing. I could do that too, but I'm going to let you do it first. How's that?
Oh man, no, you do it. I want to see how you do it because I want to make sure I get it right. And if Brian goes first, I can learn from him, and if he screws up, I can do it better and then go, "Ha ha! I nailed it right." Never be the first. I learned
You'll
that
do it anyway, Rob.
All my time at war, I learned to let the other guys go first. It always works on PlayStation. I'm a veteran on PlayStation.
That's right, my God. Or it's like Doctor Who. There is, I know you're not as big a fan of Doctor Who as I am.
I know exactly what you're talking about. When all of them come on, when it's the Egyptian one where they're lost in time, and he goes, "I know all of you want to attack, but you're all waiting to see the first one. And what happens to that first one who comes? So come on, be the first."
Yeah, let the other guy go first. And Sarah says hello to you, Rob.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there. And Rob Anderson, of course, is saying, as he was saying, I don't promote myself enough because I'm too distracted usually. I was up late last night, Rob, so that's my excuse. But anyway, he's got my link to my Amazon.com, and I do appreciate you, Rob. I really do. And there is the link to my Amazon page. Thank you again, Rob. And Goodreads, Rob, you are totally awesome. I appreciate it. And please put in links to your work too. I do insist. I will put them up on the screen here. Also, Ted Davies is here. Good morning, Ted. Please join me today at 1 p.m. for a live draw auction. Bidding starts at $20. See you there. And there is the Facebook link. Thank you, Ted.
Now, Brian, I'm going to let
yes.
you get back to it. I'll be hanging around the rest of the show. If anything does go wrong with the internet, I can jump in and cover for you. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to the background. But I do want a poll started. It's a very serious question. This is super serious. Do people like my mohawk? I'm going to leave you with that. Is the mohawk a hit?
Okay, let me put my own vote, Rob. This is your mohawk.
Now I'm turned on. All right, I'm out of here.
I am too now. Whoa.
Remember, I'm in the background if you need me.
I will, Rob. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. You take care of yourself. And that's Rob Anderson, the indie devil himself, who creates fetish and monsters and all ages books and undergrounds comics with an X. He's a great guy. Please check him out. I especially go to Cat Dad and Supermom, also creatorfriendsins.com. Plus, he is on the OnCon Network, the Comic Advocates channel on Facebook and on YouTube. He is everywhere. He is in your dreams. You can pick him up on your fillings. He is that omnipresent. Thank you, Rob. You are the best, my friend. And there's Cindy Cap, and she's very quick break today. Well, Cindy, we're glad you're here. Be sure to go to CKOEPP.com. That's CKOEPP.com. And just slow down and take a moment at CKOEPP.com and check out the work of Cindy Cap, including her brand new book, Animal Eye, available on Amazon from Bear Publications at bearpublications.com also. And be sure to sign up for her newsletter because it is even cooler than mine. And I like mine. Just got the proofs from the printer. Let's take a look. Yes, please take a look at those proofs, Eric. He is no doubt referring to the Zombieful World of Oz #2. And by the way, if you go to that campaign, the Indiegogo campaign that we mentioned earlier, you can pick up issue 1 if you haven't already. And if you haven't, what the hell's wrong with you? We've been waiting for you to read that thing, okay? Anyway, we're Eric, if you want to give us a up-to-date thing and list that address again. I believe we were $64 away from achieving your final goal, which must be done before the end of the show here. So anyway, let me go back to your comments here, Cindy Cap. Don't forget those cool accompaniments for Scarlet Trace at Smashwords. Yes, that's right. We have other books at smashwords.com, also on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. And here on the Zon, as all its best friends call it, there is my link. Thank you, Cindy Cap. Thank you, Rob Anderson. Thank you both for looking out for me. I am all my survival skills since I got married have been obliterated. I need all the help I can get. Carl Witzman, I remember those old comics with the credits slipped into the comic itself, usually on the first page of action. That made me read those credits. Well, Carl, I'll give you a little insight into what I'm thinking for mine, and it has nothing to do with this ongoing thing that Rob and I keep talking about, whether a cover should be counted as part of the story page count. And that's a horse we have thoroughly bludgeoned to death. But one of my favorite comics ever was Iron Man number 22, I believe it was, written by Archie Goodwin, drawn by George Tuska, and inked by Johnny Craig, the great Johnny Craig from the EC days. Well, the thing is, it's this shot. The cover is this shot of old Shellhead swooping down from the skies, his repulsor rays blasting, and these fighter ships in the water below him pot-shotting at him, boom, 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 boom. And, Stark is just flying down trying to, stay safe and everything. Then you turn the page and the action picks up from the cover. So in essence, we are, so with Terraform, you're going to get anywhere from 20 to 25 pages of internal story content. I'm going to give you 26. That's going to be the best bargain in comics until Rob puts out his book. So anyway, but we will play around with the credits. I haven't decided where to put them yet. I may try to do something clever, God help me, which probably will delight everyone but the letterer, because just in thinking about Rob, I came up with another idea that I think you would approve of. And Eric Hawkins says, proofs approved, and the ship date is July 14th. And after that, folks, start looking to your mailboxes, because Eric Hawkins is going to get that product out to you fast, super fast. And John B. Pica and Rob, yes to the Mohawk there. Oh, yeah. And Sarah just cast Chicago 20 times votes here by saying the Mohawk is yum. All right. See, I know if I lick that thing, that would get the interest going. And Eric Hawkins has the link to the Zombiful World of Oz, please, before the let's call it the next 15 minutes. I'd like to see Eric get that final $64 that he needs to hit his ultimate goal and unlock all of the stretch goals. So please help this man out. He's one of our Nevermorians. He's one of my creative partners, and I want to see him succeed here. And yay, Eric, says Cindy Kep. Gotta agree with that. Gotta agree completely. Nick Tucker, I want to plug the glorious Cindy Kep. Not in the same way Michaela J does, but that's another issue. We were chatting about fight choreography, and she has something that sounds really intriguing in the works. She usually does. She is incredibly clever and a great writer, and Nick is incredibly clever and a great writer too. So I really look forward to seeing what kind of collaboration you two can come up with. This is great. And good morning, Brian Rhodes. Brian, good to see you. Brian's a great illustrator and writer. Six Legs, No Heart, fantastic comic book. Mike and the Ninja, great series of graphic novels. Please check out the work of Brian Rhodes at bigskink.com. And your math is correct. $64 away at the Zombiful World of Oz Indiegogo campaign. And the thing is, Eric is counting everything he earned on Kickstarter to make the new goals. So he's got one more stretch goal to unlock. So if somebody would just do $65, I think Eric would be a happy boy. Okay. So please check that out. And it's a great comic. I swear I have read it, and because I'm the more or less copy editor on that thing. I think editor is giving me a little too much credit. But I did have some suggestions on the first issue, and of course he followed them. That's what made it brilliant. But the new book, he didn't need a thing from me. He really didn't, because he's got such control over this now. I'm so happy to see it. I have sold more of issue 1 with the Kickstarter and Indiegogo than I did with the original Kickstarter last year, says Eric Hawkins. See, this is why I'm thinking, honestly, and I know Rob will agree with me, that we keep talking about Diamond Distributing. We keep talking about the new people that are distributing the DC books, or Penguin that is doing graphic novels for DC, or Alterna that's taking its product and going directly to the retailer and the fans with it. I'm thinking Kickstarter is going to become the new distributor of quality comics. I really do. And I know that some publishers have started using not just in what I would call indie, but I saw Avatar Press launched a continuation of The Warrior Nun by Ben Dunn and Antarctic Press in a brand new book. And the funny thing is, I know the publisher at not Antarctic, but I do know who it is. But at Avatar Press, I used to wait on William Christensen at my comic shop that I managed back in the 80s. So, as my boss used to tell me, when people have gone on to bigger and better things, you and I, Brian, will still be here. I about hit him when he said that. Right? Oh, there we go. Rising Tide Publications. I've heard of those guys. Something is coming Monday. See where the Devil's Tales began with Written Sins Volume 1, The Comics Devil, a collection of the Comics Devil's Tales. See some OG work, original gangsta, in case you don't think I know what that means. And the projects that fell apart are now put out in a hybrid form. Now, that's cool. That sounds good. Yours I would love to read. I really would. That is fantastic. And now here's a suspicious person. As Rob is picking no, that's not a suspicious person. This was, I am sorry, Cindy. Where was that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. What else is new? And something is coming Monday. See where the Devil Tales began. And Rob is playing with my mind. I think I'm posting. And put on the hybrid form. There we go. There we go. This is why shorter stuff is better on here. And something is coming Monday. Oh, Rob Anderson. Now, him, I believe. It's that Brian K. Morris is kind of suspicious. See where the Devil's Tales began with Written Sins, Volume 1, The Comics Devil. Comics Devil, a collection of the Comics Devil's Tales. See some OG work and the projects that fell apart, now put out in a hybrid form. He's breeding hybrids. It's ugly, and you can't tear your eyes away. Anyway, no, seriously, it's going to be fantastic stuff. Rob's a great creator, great writer. And so I'd be looking forward to that. I want to put some money in that. Shut up and take my money. Nick Tucker, also looking for a bit of sci-fi fun. Check out the Big Stumpy Robots books at Amazon. Hashtag look for Nicholas Tucker on there. And you haven't been promoting that enough, Nick. See, we need to get some more eyeballs on that. And how is 25 or 26 divisible by 4? 25 would be 12, 6, 25, I think. 6 1/4. 26 would be 650, I think, divisible by 4. And to think I got into journalism instead of liberal arts because I didn't want to take math, and now I'm good at it. Now, here's somebody we do trust. Cindy Kep. Oh, out of break already. I'll have to be pesky later. Darling, you never are. You're a joy. And go check out bearpublications.com. Get a pile of cool sci-fi and fantasy, and surprise Travis, her friend Travis, when he gets back from his Army-sponsored vacation. I think he needs a different tour guide. I hear they have some really terrible places they send people. But anyway, Cindy, glad to see you here as always. And yes, come up here. Nick had lots of cool ideas for a rapier versus side duel. Ooh. Yeah, I can see where somebody might think that is kind of one-sided, but I can see some possibilities there. Cindy, I look forward to that. Please keep us posted. And what is more disturbing, asks Eric Hawkins, Brian licking spines or him saying original gangsta? Dog, I know my stuff. I am hipper. I'm hipper than anyone you can name. I swear. Anyway, Sarah Comics. I love it with an X at the end instead of comics. Nice. Well, Sarah, you probably know this, but that is a carryover from the 70s. What they used to have are underground comics. And they, I say underground, they were creator-owned. They were not mainstream. And those comics had a preponderance. Comics have always reflected the people creating them and the times that they were created in. And these comics were created out of the people, like out of the Haight-Ashbury area or living, Summer of Love type of thing, Flower Power, Peace, Love, Drugs, Tune In, Drop Out, that sort of thing. And, a number of people actually went mainstream from there, like Sherry Flanagan, Bobby London, who drew and wrote the Popeye newspaper strip for a few years. And, of course, one of the most famous is Robert Crumb, who, has an incredible body of work, like Fritz the Cat, Keep on Truckin', things like that. But anyway, a lot of these were filled with, sexual content and drug references and stuff, and you could only get them in what were called head shops, which were basically the vape stores of their day. And they used to differentiate themselves from COMICS that you could buy at mom and pop groceries. They put an X at the end of it to show that they were unique, just in the way that Rob spells his work now. Instead of INDIE, it's INDEE. And he has a great anagram for it, and it's a wonderful thing. And I probably used the wrong word there. But anyway, yes, says Brian Rhodes, I do have a new one-panel comic up on the Big Skink Tales Facebook page at Big Skink on Sky on Facebook concerning the state of my clothes at the end of every day. And the Big Skink website, namely bigskink.com, just got a minor facelift and up-to-date content. Still working on a new title graphic for it, but everything is complete. Yay, Brian Rhodes. Good for you. Good for you. I'm proud of you, man. That's great. And don't forget to check out Brian Rhodes at Cape Comic Con. Go to cape-con.com for more information. And Eric Hawkins, you said 25 or 26 comic pages. Comic books have to be in multiples of 4. Eric, don't get me started on that. Rob and I have gone over that. No, 26 printed pages. And we're not talking about the signature pages. We're talking about, or the sheets. We're talking about page 1, page 2 of the story. That's what Rob and I are continually arguing about. And I am disturbed by the whole show now, as well you should be, Carl. And Rising Tide Publications, one of the finest publishers of books anywhere, says Brian K. Morris is legit. He's not OG. He's BC, before caution. That's right. Luke Stone keeps asking, how do you get away with saying all that stupid stuff, Brian? Why isn't anybody attacking you with pitchforks and torches? They're afraid to. They don't know where I've been. So anyway, yeah, I know about OG. I know about stuff like that. I watch Rick and Morty. I'm hep. And Brian Morris says Brian K. Morris is legit. He's not, I'm BC. It's more like before Christ. It's time for more inclusive indie space. The era of IND is here, and it stands for Independent, Next Gen, Diverse, Endless Entertainment. I got to commit that to memory, young man. I really do. And Brian K. Morris echoes that remark. Oh, Brian, you've gotten so hip in the last few minutes. How do you do it? How do you do it, young man? Eric Hawkins, feel free to read comics, including Odds Number 1, if you haven't read it yet, and spotlights of new crowdfunding projects at thecomicsunderground.com. Also, don't forget, if you also want to pick up a copy of The Zombiful World of Oz in digital form, go to Amazon.com. Eric Hawkins has published his comic there too. And Eric Hawkins says you can't print a comic unless it's in multiples of 4, 20, 24, 28, 32, etc. Yes, that's why standard comic books have an 8-page an 8-sheet signature, as the printers frequently call it, which is divisible by 4, which is how you get 32. But you can also divide it by 8 to get the signature. See, I do know this stuff. I really do. No, but I'm talking about, let's see, for the people who don't do this professionally or semi-professionally, to them it's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Not page 1. Anyway, and Rob's coming after me again. Who knows what Brian's going to say next? Eric Hawkins says, unless you include ads, of course, and the other stuff that meets the 4-page mobile.
Don't make me come in here. You behave yourself.
Why start now? Oh, Meredith isn't so intrusive as this. I'm telling you, I'm going to start hanging around. I'm going to hang around with Comics Advocates from now on. Get my butt in there. And anyway, was that the voice of my conscience? Actually, if Rob Anderson's the voice of my conscience, I'm in for some fun. Cookie may shoot me, but I'm in for some fun. Carl Witzman's got to leave some pages for the ads, right? Well, not necessarily, but a lot of people use ads to pay for, like in mainstream comics. Well, until the last few months, at least, most of the ads inside or even on the outside covers of comics were put there to help defray the expenses of publication, such as paying the talent, advertising, editorial, etc. Although I noticed when Rob and I were having one of our discussions that I was thumbing through a DC comic, and I noticed that all of the internal ads, like the ones inside the comic itself, were all house ads for other DC publications, which I find disturbing. And I'm already disturbed. Well, in fact, I've got one here. This is just real quick, and I hope I'm not boring anyone with this. For instance, well, let's take the final issue. The final issue of Supergirl here. Now you see an ad on the back, although even that's Shazam. That is an ad for the Joe Kubert School of Art, which is an accredited college that deals with comic book and animation art. And then on the inside cover, ignore this one, but this illustration here of Wonder Woman is for a convention. WonderCon 2020, which of course didn't happen. And then there is, on the inside front cover, is an ad for Me TV featuring robot from Lost in Space and Ghoulie, Buck Rogers, and Star Trek. But inside the comic itself, a little bit of story, and then you go to this ad here for an issue of Batman. That's called a house ad because it's in-house. Then here's an ad for Action Comics and Superman in-house. And a couple more pages of story. Then an ad for DC Collectibles, which is owned by DC. So anyway, it goes like that throughout the entire book. The interior ads are all house ads. And it used to be like you'd get like ads for Sea Monkeys and X-ray specs and all that good stuff, and it just doesn't, but I, like when I published Spencer Spook, I used my ad spaces mostly to thank people who had helped me, and that happens a lot in the indie trade, that we kind of like pay each other back by giving them exposure through advertising. So yeah, here comes Rob, says Eric Hawkins. Yep, Dad's watching, look out. Eric Hawkins says, I just had an idea. How about in the Zombieful World of Oz #3, we have vintage ads for fake products? I love it. Yeah, if you ever read especially the older volumes of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from Image, they frequently had like the old ads that were in some of like the Victorian magazines that I found incredibly fun. Russell Allen says, Eric Hawkins, will there be lick verification products to verify DNA of the authors? That is an excellent question, Russell Allen. Thank you. I think I have started a trend here. So Rob Anderson, you are going to have to lick Cat Dad and Supermom from now on. All right, you need to set an example for the youth of America. Carl Witzman, what were those stupid seeds that they sold? Oh, yes. Oh, American something or other. It was that and Sell Grit. And I remember I got like a sample pack of Grit and went around to everyone I knew, and even my relatives wouldn't buy it. It was a sad magazine. It was a newspaper, actually. It was I've seen better content from the Weekly Trader. Remember the Thrifty Nickel, Carl? There was more to read in that than anywhere else. And here we go. And Grit, yes, recall that. And Eric Hawkins says color change lick spines. Rob Anderson, I hope you got your pen and paper out because Eric is coming up with some classic ideas here that I'm thinking could be good for our next publications. We'll take him to Luke Stone, and I'm sure he'll agree with us. And anyway, let's see. Oh, and Carl Westman says those X-ray specs don't work, by the way. They weren't as powerful as my fevered imagination and fervent imagination too. So anyway, Eric Hawkins, quick change of pace here. How far away are we from goal? Are we still at $64? And if so, please put in or if not, either way, please put in that link to your Indiegogo campaign one more time for the Zombieful World of Oz. We are running out of time on that, so please, check it out. And Michael Sloan says, is it fair to say that Brian just needs the little paper bags to be a roasted nuts cart? That, or if I put on my breathing mask wrong. That's true. D's nuts. Anyway, Rob Anderson, so who wants a shirtless Kickstarter talk? For the first time ever, we don't have more than 5 live crowdfunding campaigns not on demand. Really? Holy cats. Now, does that mean if I were to be on this show, I would have to not wear a shirt? Let's not advertise that. We want people to show up. Now, if we can get Meredith to show up, though, I'm just saying. Anyway, John B. Pica said, I got my first Magic kit selling Captain O Olympic greeting cards. Yes, earn cash and prize. I remember that. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, they had seeds, grit, and you could sell greeting cards. And I think I got the greeting cards thing too. And I'm like, anyway, John B. Pica, remember those ads? Oh, yes, I do. And what was it? Count Dante will teach you to become the world's most dangerous man with Yuba Waza. And was it all the Charles Atlas ads, the hero of the beach sort of thing? I love those old comics for that very reason. Eric Hawkins, hell yeah, we could do it. Let's see, do I have one here? All this means is I'm very bad at cleaning up my room here, my office. I don't have any really old comics nearby, darn it. But yeah, I love those vintage ads from yesteryear. Raised sea monkeys. I did that. I got a pack of sea monkeys, and it turned into this gloppy mess. If they lived, I didn't know it. And here we go. 64 in 11 days. Oh, I thought we were closer than that. I'm going to lie and say 1. Anyway, check out the Zombiful World of Oz. Please check out that Indiegogo campaign. It is fantastic. Rob Anderson, I want to have a female co-host and see if she can keep her eyes up. That's right. Poor Rob Anderson going around forever going, my eyes are up here. My eyes are up here. And everyone's going, we don't care. Anyway, John B. Pica, and I did order the 200-piece army, man. Oh, my gosh, yes. And I also had, what is it? We bought it at the store, but I was so thrilled. I remember it was a Saturday morning. My parents, honey, we got a surprise for you. You know that army fort thing you've been seeing in your comics? Well, we found it in a store and we bought it for you. And I'm so excited because I'm expecting like this massive wooden structure. And needless to say, they got a card table and put this plastic drape over with one edge that hit, and it looked like it looked like the outside of a fort. And it was this one little slit cut in it that you crawled in, and that was the front gate. And I'm sitting under the table going, I feel totally gypped by this. It's a wonder more children from the 60s didn't turn into serial killers. I'm telling you. They've got a lot of repressed rage to deal with. Russell Allen says, I can just see Brian shirtless. Poor man. He would have fezzes with tassels for pasties over his nipples. That could be, although if you'd send me $2.99 a minute, I could do the show without a fez. All right. And the Johnson Smith catalog. There we go. He said Johnson. Anyway, great stuff from back then. It's like, and it's funny. I thought I was the only kid that sent away for that crap. None of my friends did. And remember the Howard Rogofsky catalog of comics? I picked that up. That was my back issue dealer for quite some time till I realized there were more people out there. And Carl Witzman, that guy kept getting sand kicked in his face. That's right. Then he took the Charles Atlas course and he came back and beat the bully in the face, and then he was called the hero of the beach. If you see Flex Mentallo on the Doom Patrol show, he's kind of a parody of that stuff. So anyway, and I'm just feeling bad for poor Russell Allen, who's imagining me shirtless. Now, if you imagine somebody like Carl Witzman shirtless, I could see it. And of course, Rob Anderson, that delectable piece of man candy. Oh hell yeah, shirtless as hell. And it ain't just his viewership that goes up, if you know what I mean. But and this is why I can't get on LinkedIn with this show. But anyway, my mind is thoroughly bruised now as a result of thinking about these things. Especially, I can't get the image of Rob without a shirt out of my head now. Anyway, so I think that means it's time for Brian to get more coffee. So it's official now. And so anyway, I think we will take our leave this morning. And thank you all for your comments. And a special, special thank you to the charming and delightful and one of the best people on this planet, Rob Anderson, the indie devil himself, for pitching in for succeeding where my internet has failed once again. Oh, yes. Oh, here's another one. Hypnotize women. Well, actually, that one does work. Yeah, but probably not for the reasons that you and I were reading that for. And Rick Bradley, if you've ever watched Trailer Park Boys, I'm basically Randy when I'm not wearing a shirt. And, I think of myself as a line that Robin Williams used on himself, that he was a bear rug with nipples. Anyway, I've got chest hair you could lose a wristwatch in, and have. Anyway, once again, God, thank you all for your comments. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. Really appreciate everyone being here on this semi-conscious episode. Nevermind the Furthermore. Oh, these late nights with Clever Title Pending are killing me, but they're worth it. Check out last night's show with Amy Hale, T.L. Shively, and Michaela Jade. It's all about contracts in the book field, do's and don'ts, and we've got a lot of best practices there. You will get a lot from it, and the show goes completely to hell, and so that's what makes it fun. And bye, everyone. Bye to you, Carl. Thank you, and Donna, for being here. Thank you all. And again, a special thanks to special guest star Rob Anderson, who's keeping me straight here because God knows I'm doing a horrible job of it myself. So anyway, hope you all have a fantastic day. We're going to go through litany here, and just to let you know, tonight's programming note, 6 p.m. tonight on Comics Cubed in Kokomo. Sean D. Hilton will have another sale tonight. I plan to be there, and I hope you will be there too, making your collection ever larger and cooler. And we will be back Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central with another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. And don't forget, if you want to sign up for our newsletter, which will go out at 5 p.m. today, you can go to risingtide.pub and sign up there. Also, check out Rising Tide Publications page here on Facebook. We have new content 3 or 4 times daily. Cookie is running it now, and it's been a lot better since she has. It's really cool. Now, I still chime in every now and then, so don't think you're safe. And then don't forget, also, Eric Hawkins is $64 away from completing his final stretch goal on Indiegogo. So please give that book some support. I'd really like to see that go all the way. Okay, it's a terrific book. Believe me, I've read it. It is fantastic. And so let's see. And well, thank you. Great show. Bye all. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone. And Rick Bradley, everyone, take care and stay creative. You too, Rick Bradley. Carleen, bye all, and goodbye to you. Have a splendid day. Hope you have a splendid day too. And have a great day, guys, from Russell Allen. And I'm going to let Russell have the last word. Thank you, Russell, for that. So also don't forget to follow me on YouTube at Camouflage61821. Please subscribe and like the video you're watching. Also check out the playlists of recent episodes of Nevermind the Furthermore and Clever Title Pending. I'd appreciate it if you did. And so once again, hope you enjoy your hump day. It's been a pleasure humping with you. It sounded better in my head. Anyway, have a great day. Stay smart. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands. And don't apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore. And as I get down to where I should have been when I was talking.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.